everyone, it's me Peps, and today I'll be sharing an in-depth look behind the scenes of my latest artwork, Power from Chainsaw Man. For the first time, I'm going to do a narrated time-lapse, and I'll be showing my process and my thoughts as I created the piece, as well as get the latest updates about me on my end when I'm not making art. And also, I'd like to thank you for always supporting me on Patreon in each month that passes by in my artistic journey. It really means a lot to me as an artist, so I thank you very much. Okay, let's get to it. So I started out by researching dynamic poses, and I was picking from an array of images, and I was like, I like this one. I wanted something powerful and graceful, so I chose this one where she is projecting herself and her back is arced backwards, and I thought that I really liked that. So right now I'm just rough sketching how I want her face to be, her hair, what she's wearing. I'm also adjusting some anatomy parts, like earlier her neck was a bit too long. Resized it so that it looks more natural. I would say in order to get good at drawing anatomy and faces, you have to look for references or images of people, of their artists' art, and compare and see what you like in those images, especially for the eyes. The eyes for me are the most difficult part to draw, because it's where you're more drawn to look at. When you look at a painting, an image, you're gonna find where the light hits, because usually that's where the focal point would be. Once you've found a style that you really like, I would say try and combine 2 to 3 styles of terms of art, and pick in those 3 styles what you really like from them. What makes you drawn to the image? Is it the brushstrokes? Is it the features of the eyes? Is it the way they color? And try to apply that in your own art. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm grayscaling it. Grayscale means that I'm painting it in values of white and black, and gray. And this is so that later, I'll show you in the process, I can just use a gradient map, and it will automatically color for me the values that I want. For example, for the skin, for the hair, etc. Right now, as you can see, I'm just mapping out where the light hits. This is so that I can gauge where it's coming from, and also the shadows. For me, this was a difficult part to do. I'm still practicing how to relate light and shadow in my work. So you're gonna see a lot of experimentation on how it's done, especially also with how the light reflects on certain materials. So right now, I just used a gradient map to color in her bikini and her skin and her hair. I did all of this on one layer, and what I did to color each one was the lasso tool in Procreate. It's okay if it misses some parts, because in the rendering stage later, we're gonna fix up those details. I did some blush for her eyes, nose, and like some parts of her skin, because some parts of her skin are like warmer than other areas. I was really unsure on how her face was gonna look, especially the eyes, because I've been doing some personal practice lately, things that I haven't posted on Patreon, and it wasn't really working out. So I'm really happy that she actually looks like a character this time with her face. As I said, eyes are the most difficult to do for me because they're expressive. It's been quite a journey for me the past couple of months. I've been on and off with the styles. I've transformed into different art styles since I started again last November 2022. And it's been quite of a ride. I'm like, oh, I want to be like this artist or that artist. But in the end, like, I really have to choose which do I really want to do for the long run. And I tried drawing males lately. It just wasn't working out. I found more enjoyment in making girls. Maybe not in the most NSFW way, but more of like something like this, something playful, artistic, something of the like. Right now, I'm fixing up the socks because the gradient earlier wasn't able to capture what I wanted. So now I'm fixing it up, cleaning up the parts of it. Yeah, I think I'll continue making art like this. Something simple but impactful. Maybe playing with light a lot. Light and dark. We'll see. I just really want to make good art that people would enjoy and people would learn from, more importantly. While you're watching as well the rendering process, I'd like to talk about as well some personal things that I'll have to go through as I'm doing my art on Patreon and trying to grow myself as an artist personally and also on social media. I would have to take some time to balance studying for my Dutch exam and learn as much Dutch words as possible in a short time so I can reunite with my husband again in the Netherlands, because right now in the Philippines it's just not possible for us to live together here. So he would rather me come to him in the Netherlands. We're gonna be working on that. So if I'm not posting as much, that's the reason why I'm studying really hard for this exam. So now I've worked out the background and finishing the details. How I came up with the background was I was looking on Pinterest, some graffiti, and then it suddenly went to a photo collage template, like several templates, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pick that one because I think that one looks way dynamic and perfect for this. So I did the same thing, did it kind of grayscale, and then just picked the color from it. We're almost done in making the art piece. I'd like to thank you all for joining me this far into the process. I made the shadow by just copy pasting the first the base figure, and then putting black paint over it and lowering the opacity. Right now I'm finishing up the details, added more shadow in the socks so that it doesn't look flat. And here we go. This is the final piece. Thank you very much for tuning in with me, and I hope to see you all in my next art. Thank you. Bye bye.